Welcome back to Brews with the Homies. On this episode, we're going to go back to our roots and do something that we did in the past. So we wanted to bring back a little East Coast versus West Coast action. So on this one, I'm going to kind of be the curator. I poured up these beers here. We have two darker ones and two lighter ones. So the big thing is I want you guys to guess the style, guess who it's from, and then East versus West Coast. So we're going to go left to right to make it easy. We've got the darks on the left and the lighter ones on the right. So the first one, I'll let you guys smell it up, describe it, and we'll go from there.
Instantly coffee smell.
Oh.
Instantly roasty.
Roasty is the word.
Roasty toast.
Do you go in?
Yeah.
Alright,
Salute,
let's go
buddy.
in.
Cheers. And I'll be drinking with you guys, but I just won't really be giving that much input.
Ooh, that's a nice little color on that. You see that, the little O in the light right here?
See, that's why I have like having a snifter or something similar. So I could swish it around. Look at that little head.
Yeah, it's a nice little...
Yeah, it's like a caramel little head.
And it stays on there pretty well.
Yeah, it does. Oh, damn, that's good. All right, so this is like, you get like, what do you get in there? You kind of get like roasted peanuts too. That's nice.
As a coffee non-drinker who doesn't really like roasted coffee, I do kind of get like a nut taste to it, you know? Kind of like...
It's like the skin
Yeah.
of the peanut
Yeah.
that's like been roasted. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. Dustin on a good little note there. Oh.
Damn,
But
that's good.
do you... And like, you're more of a coffee drinker than I am. Does that kind of taste like... kind of like watery in a way? Where it's not like heavily like coffee. It's kind of like it's a real mellow, like you're like,
Yeah, so it's definitely lighter in body,
Yeah.
but like pretty heavy in flavor. Like you're not
Yeah.
gonna get a coffee that heavy in flavor with
Yeah.
that light of body, like really
No.
ever. So
So do we move on to the second one?
we gotta
Yep.
see what this is.
Oh,
Alright,
different
another-
smell.
Yeah. It's almost more like malty, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Let's
Almost pulled the Dustin. Cheers.
Wouldn't be the first time. Definitely won't be the last.
way bigger body,
Way bigger body.
but like less flavor.
Less flavor. More of the roasty flavor comes through on this one.
But it's like very subtle. Like
Yeah.
if that one was toned down.
Yeah. Like,
And I would almost
really
say,
toned.
I'll add my little, I think it's almost like a little sweeter. So that's where it kind of tones it down, I think, too. But
Sweeter?
yeah, I get like a little bit more sweetness on this.
Yeah. More like malt sweetness out of it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Damn, that's good. They're both really good.
Both really good. That's why I like this. I knew this would be
So when you say
cool one.
East versus West Coast, you mean like breweries, right?
Yeah.
Breweries on the West Coast,
Yep.
breweries on the East
Yep.
Coast. Okay.
So one's going to be, they're almost, well, I think actually they're...
Okay, I have a question
Yep,
for you.
go.
The one that's on the West Coast, do they brew coffee? Or do they do coffee?
Not that I know of.
Okay, so that eliminates a lot of my possibilities here.
They're pretty similar in ABV. One's just a little bit on the lower end at 4.8. The other one's at 6%.
So my question is the one that has the bigger body, is that one the 6%er?
I'll let you figure it out because I want you guys to guess kind of the style, which should be pretty easy, and then you're gonna go on to if you think it's East or West, and then maybe a guess at the brewery because I know that's a lot tougher.
So is this an imperial? Would you say, Heron? Or
No, it's just like a straight like dark lager, right? Because just like it's light and it's got flavor.
okay,
Like
I like that.
Heron, since this is kind of your realm, and we've been drinking a lot of styles like this, you know, like what do you think's the East Coast one, and which one's the West Coast?
I don't think I've had a dark lager from the West Coast. I don't think, but I'm gonna go. I mean East Coast,
Yeah.
but
In the past, you have also.
I'm gonna go left East Coast.
Okay.
Right West Coast. I don't know why, but I'm just doing that.
Okay, what about you, Dustin?
I'm gonna go the opposite. I think the left is the East Coast and the right is the West Coast.
That's what I said.
No. Let me rephrase it. This is the West Coast. This is the East Coast. I feel like the one on the left here is similar to a one I've had before. Okay. And the one on the right is kind of a different flavor palette for me. So I'm definitely going to go that route.
Okay. Any guess on the breweries? We've had both these breweries in the past. So
recently?
I'm on one of them, not as recent, but you know, we've had them a few times.
Well, Modern Times is not one because Modern Times has coffee.
I don't even know who the hell brews like dark lagers. Like,
yeah,
but I feel like it's a brewery had in the past for the East Coast one, and most places are doing a lot of the styles nowadays.
So
it might be a surprise though, because it wouldn't be your first guess of what they do. This is why I was shocked. It's not something that is their main.
Is Arizona considered the West Coast?
Yes, of course. Yeah, anything from like mid.
So I'm gonna say one of them is Wren House.
Okay, that's a good guess.
And then the second one,
East Coast.
I really want to say Fit-ins, but I know that's not like right, so I'm gonna switch it up and say Treehouse.
Okay, well, that's a good guess too. Yeah, that's some good guesses.
So I would say like North Park, and I don't know. I don't know who the hell brewed a dark lager on the East Coast. Like it could have been anyone. I'm not even gonna guess. Dude, that doesn't make sense.
So do you guys want to know now or wait until then?
I want to know now, so I know what we're playing for the end here.
Okay, actually, you know what? I'm gonna make you wait because I want to be an asshole, and then I want you to guess. So we're gonna switch to the lighter side. So these will be intriguing. I think these ones will be a little bit tougher. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I thought the kind of darker style will be a little bit easier for you guys.
I feel like this would be easier.
So this is the first one of the two lighter ones.
I'm scared. So that's like a Mexican lager, huh?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So it's got like, it doesn't have any bitterness in there, like really.
No.
And it's got also, like that like malt sweetness. That
it's got the malt sweetness, but then look at that color. That color just screams like. To me, it screams like, "Hey, this is like a Mexican lager."
Or like just like a super light lager, like a Montucky would be. Like it's super light.
I would say the one on the right is more like a Montucky because I feel like I can
color-wise,
color-wise.
It's kind of like I don't know. Let's see.
It's like a little bit darker golden on the right.
The one on the right's a little darker. A little more like Budweiser.
I feel like the one on the left is like the color is a little bit like more hazy, where you can kind of see it. But this one on the right, you can definitely like make out what's on the other side. Yeah. Like I can see your ugly faces on the other side.
Oh shit! No, I'm not even over there. What are you looking at?
Oh, I'm looking at
the camera.
Yeah, the camera.
Wait, don't call them ugly.
Oh damn! He's roasting you guys. I wanted in the comments. Please.
I wanted to see who was gonna say something.
Bigger body on the right.
Bigger body.
Wow, Mexican lager still though, right? Like,
I don't know if that's a Mexican lager.
Cause it's just got like I don't know. It has like a corn kind of vibe.
It reminds me of Hell's, and Joseph's putting me back through hell. Like that's what I think this one is.
This one has a little more flavor in there.
Yeah,
that one didn't really.
Yeah, no. I do think it's a lager. I think we're on the right path to this. Yeah. I just don't know what kind of lager it is. Like you can go Mexican lager or like a Hell's or like.
But like a very light Hell's.
Yeah.
Like it's not like a heavy.
Well, okay. So after dealing with the Costco assorted holiday pack, I just instantly when I see something like this, it's automatic like trigger the PTSD of Hell's. So.
But this is like excellent. Like this.
Yeah, this is way better than all the ones that we've had on for the assorted calendar.
All right, so what's East Coast, what's West Coast?
Yeah, let's break it down.
So I'm going to assume the one on the right is West Coast, and the one on the left is East Coast.
I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to do the bigger body, the one that has a little more flavor as the East Coast.
Okay.
And then the lighter one is the West Coast one. The lighter one could be North Park. It could be, I don't know. What else could it be? It's not Pure Project. It's something.
No. I think I think the one on the West Coast is Green Cheek.
Okay, that's a good guess too.
Okay.
And I think the East Coast ones is definitely Fidens.
Okay, and you said the East Coast one was, just to confirm?
The one on the right.
Okay, and the one on the left was?
West Coast.
Okay.
Wait, that's what I said.
No. West Coast, East Coast.
Okay. And then
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to make sure.
You're confusing me.
Yeah,
there.
sorry.
Yeah, because you said this was the left
The
one.
West.
The
Yeah.
first one was the West, the second one was the East. Okay.
Yeah.
And then, so you guys, style, you kind of all were unanimous on that. Percentage-wise, do you guys have any guess of the two?
I mean, bigger body, I'm just going to assume bigger ABV.
I'm going to assume that these are in the range of like the high 4s to the low 6.
That's spot on. Like, perfect. And you made the assumption, which I thought you guys would, the bigger body ones actually lower ABV, which is surprising.
For both of them?
No, the bigger body ones is lower ABV.
Really?
Than the lighter body one.
I figured that's what the case was.
What about on the dark lager?
Yeah.
So the first one was the bigger ABV.
Okay.
And the second one was lighter.
So it switched up on us.
Oh, okay.
You can't go based off a body. No. That's just like boil or whatever. Like, I don't know. Like.
Yeah.
So you kind of gave, what was your guess for East Coast on this one? Because I know you said North Park for West Coast.
Yeah. But. So East Coast. What's on the East Coast over there? Like there are a lot of East Coast breweries that do like lagers. I think it's something still in like New England area ish, kind of, or like New York maybe. I don't know, somewhere around there.
Okay. So I'll break it down for you guys. Very good observations. You guys got a lot of notes right. You got a lot of like kind of the range of the alcohol, but then when it comes down to getting it right, you guys both went 1 for 2.
Damn.
So basically, Heron got the dark ones right, and you got the light ones right.
Hey!
So,
and that's how it was supposed to be, right?
I think so, yeah.
And so, the first one that we had, the dark one, is going to be from Tripping Animals.
Interesting.
That's why I thought it'd be very interesting, because I went down to Arizona, got to hang out at the Wandering Tortoise, and they had some great beer selection there. They got a lot of Tripping Animals. They did an event there where they had almost like 25 taps on the board. So I got some cans to go.
Did you trip over the tortoise?
I like it. Hey, they should do a collab and call it that. Tripping Tortoises. But this one was perfect. I knew me and Heron had been kind of on the dark lager train. So dark, no Mames. This is from Tripping Animals, and it's going to be 6% ABV. It's a Mexican-style dark lager.
Wow.
Light, crispy, malty, and refreshing. One of the kind of descriptors people say is nutty. So I was glad that you got that. That was pretty cool. The second one, I knew this would kind of trip you guys up. It's going to be Wait Until Dark from Solaris, Oscar's Brewing Company, and 8-Bit. So straight West Coast out of Murrieta.
Wait, that's the one we picked up when we were out there,
Yeah,
right? Yo, that
Czech
body difference, like, that tripped me up. I don't know what that was.
And it's only 4.8%. That's what blows my mind.
I thought this one would have more percentage than this one.
Dude.
So that's where, like, I thought it was so cool when you do a blind taste test, right? That you guys could pick up these things, and it just shows, like, when you're kind of back against the wall and you're trying to, like, describe these, you could get really close, and, like, the more you have it, the more you could describe these. And I thought it would be cool to do these two side by side. So I used the same 2 breweries for the second one.
Oh, wow.
So Tripping Animals is going to be the first one. On the left, No Mames. This is their Mexican lager. It's one of their most popular. Core classic. It's going to be their crisp, clean, refreshing Mexican lager with flaked corn. Super crushable, light, not supposed to have a lot going on. And it's 6%. But the second one is from Solaris also. Family Heirloom. It's their Mexican-style lager brewed with Mexican heirloom corn, 4.6%. I think this is one of the most incredible Mexican lagers I've ever had. The flavor packed in there at 4.6%. You could crush these anytime, any day of the week. It blows my mind that if anyone were to try this that likes Mexican lagers, wouldn't put it in their top 3. Like, immediately, I've had so many Mexican lagers. I would reach for this time and time again. I would buy have a whole side of the fridge dedicated to, if I want a crisp beer, light beer, any time of year, this is what I would reach for. The flavor that's packed into there, not to say the Tripping Animals one isn't good. I think it's great, light, embodies Mexican lager perfectly, but to just something about that like sweet, rich, so much flavor in such a light beer, they kill it. That's why I wanted you guys to go side by side to get more of a traditional style, and then one that's that's why we love Solaris so much. I think they push the limits and boundaries of what you could do with certain beers, and absolutely incredible.
I love how you can pick out the corn in Solaris's Mexican lager. Like, it kind of, like, if you have that side by side with a corn salsa, just immediately, just like, you get the sweetness of, like, that corn, and you're just like, dude, what? Like, you get, like, complexity of corn. You think of corn, looks kind of boring, right? Until that, like, corn kid, like, got famous. But corn is actually, like, it's a beautiful thing. It's got the juice, you know? And then I've been crushing Solaris's dark lager, and having them side by side, I made it feel like a completely different beer. And I don't even, like, I was tripping out. I'm like, I don't know which one I prefer because they're both equally incredible. Solaris's dark lager is, like, way more drinkable, though, because it doesn't have as much flavor as Tripping Animals. And it's actually the opposite for the Mexican lagers.
That's why I thought
Tripping Animals
perfect.
is way more drinkable than Solaris's, but that doesn't mean that the less drinkable one is bad or worse. It just means that it has more flavor packed into it.
I mean, Heron just took all the words out of my mouth.
I know, yeah.
I just like, there's not much left to like really say.
Yeah, we can end it here.
Yeah, we can like end it here. Like, we can pack it all up and let's head home.
Yeah,
but no, like this, all these beers are really enjoyable. It's actually kind of cool because like when we were at Solaris, I didn't get to try any of these two. So like these two were definitely like two new ones that like picked up for me, and I really enjoy it. The only thing that's like really missing is like corn salsa and some tacos.
Yeah,
like,
to have that perfect pairing.
That's all this is missing.
Yeah. And that's why, like, when I picked these, I ran the risk of Heron being able to distinguish the Solaris one because of the fact that we loved it so much and we've already had a few cans and had it at the brewery. But that's why I threw the Tripping Animals one first, because of this complexity and like what was going on and the way I tasted. I was like, wow, this blows my mind. I thought this was incredible, so much packed into there. And I was like, it's basically flip-flops on the other side. I was like, oh man, have to do this. So
yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy. Perfect way to do an episode, have us kind of throw it back, and we've been wanting to do this for a while again. So
excellent curation. I think this is the first time we actually do video with something like this, like one of these little games that we're playing. So
I think this is. I think I got one up my sleeve for next month. So just be ready.
Yeah, and people could stay tuned. At some point, I do want to do a full Arizona takeover again on the podcast, because when I visited there, got so much great stuff. Got stuff from Wren House, Superstition.
The Bronco that you brought back from Wren House, that was really
good.
Yeah,
that was a very good way to pregame for the podcast. But
the beer before the pod, you know.
And then we'll have some after. But we appreciate you guys. Make sure to check out all the social media, and make sure to give a review, all that good stuff. And check out our website, brewswth.com. So, till next time, cheers. Later, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.